Okay, so this is the handy Warhol assignment, and I'm going to start with a new document. I'm going to go File, New, and I'm going to create a custom size. I'm going to make it 8 by 8 inches, and I'm going to make it 240 pixels per inch. So it's a good resolution. It's not the largest stage, but I think we'll be able to work with this size. So I'm going to click OK. There's my stage. I'm going to get the pen tool, but I'm not going to use the pen tool to draw a path. I'm going to use the freeform pen tool. So it's just like clicking and dragging to draw, and then when you let go, there's your path. I'm going to make sure that the path button has been selected. And I'll begin to draw my hand. So I'm not going to look at my stage at all. I'm looking at my hand as much as I can. And I'm going to start at the wrist and move up to my pinky. And then move down and around and all of my other fingers and thumbs. But I'm also going to make sure that I've got my fingernails in there, some knuckles, if I have a ring on, or a watch. So I'm going to do these things in one continuous stroke. So I'm not going to let go of my left mouse button. You might go off the stage. In that case, it'll be a little more difficult, but you might have to do this several times. So here we go. I'm going to look at the stage and start down here at the right. And my hand's a little angled here. That's not bad. And then up. Go across for a little knuckle. There. And then back up. And then I'm going to go around and make fingernail and then down. Across. There's my first finger. And I've got a ring, so I'm going to make my ring. And it's got a lot of texture on my ring here. So there we go. There's another knuckle, another knuckle. And I'm trying to go as slow as I can. There we go. And back. And then back down. There we go. And around down there. And then back up. Up and fingernail. I know it's kind of odd looking, I'm sure, at this point, but I'm going to carry on and try to get my forefinger here. Knuckle. And you're probably going to realize that, hey, this mouse is not the best. So I need to go down further, over my thumb. There we go. There we go, something like that, over, and then back here. Oh my, okay. That's not too bad. It's supposed to look kind of wonky. The path selection tool will allow you to make a selection, and if I go to edit to transform, I can scale this down. I'm just going to scale it down a little bit. I'm holding the shift key, and I'll just scale it a little bit like that, and then I'll get my direct selection tool, and I'm gonna kind of fix up my thumb a little bit here. So it's not so thin. Whoa. There we go. Good. I'll move those pixels a little bit, maybe those pixels. Okay, not too bad. There we go. Lovely. So I want to make sure that I've got some crossover here. So when I stroke this, I'm going to have separate sections for my fingernails, maybe even my knuckles. So I'm just going to cross over here. Maybe I'll grab those two, bring them over. That's good. That looks good. This is kind of wonky, but what the heck. Maybe I'll grab those 2 points, bring them over, grab that point and bring it down. There we go. So I'm going to just scale this down. But before I do that, I am going to create some guides. So I need to go to View, New Guide, and this one's going to be at 50%. So I'm going to divide my stage in half. View, New Guide, and this one is going to be 50%. Or 4 inches, whatever, and I'll divide it horizontally. There we go. Now I can tell that I need to move my path into position like so. Control T, holding the Shift key down, and yeah, so that's not too bad. Maybe rotate a little bit. So eventually, yeah, it'll look fine there. There we go. Lovely. So, oops, deselected it. So there's my path. I need to create a stroke for the path that I created. So I got to make sure I've got black, and I'm going to check the size of my brush. Oops, it's 90. I'm going to go with hardness 100%, but I'm going to bring this down to, let's try 4. Let's see, how's that look? That's not bad right there, like 4. So 4 pixels. Go back to my pen tool, and I'm just going to right click, stroke path. But before I stroke the path, make sure that you put this on a new layer. New layer, right click, stroke path, brush, okay. So there I go, got my path. I can deselect my path, and I can work with this hand right here, like so. Lovely, something like that. But before I do that, I'm going to create a square. So it's looking like this. I'm going to create a square. Oops. And the square, I'm just going to use the marquee tool. And the rectangular marquee tool, I'll start from the center. And I'm going to hold the Shift key and I'll drag it up. I'm going to give myself a little space on the outside edge. And I'm going to right click and go stroke. And I'm going to stroke this with 4 pixels as well. And I'll go on the inside. And okay. There we go. Going to go select, deselect, or Control D. Good. Good. Okay, so now I need to, before I duplicate that, I really need to do this the correct way. I need to place this on the stage, on a new layer. So now I can stroke this. So stroke on a new layer, otherwise you're going to get messed up. Control D to deselect. Lovely. Now go back to layer 1, and I'll put my hand inside, and I'm going to snap it here so that it's not allowing this to flow through here, this empty space. I'm going to connect my wrist. I could have drawn across here, but I chose not to. If you want to, you can. But that's pretty good right there. So it's 4-point stroke, 4-point stroke, and now I've got these two pieces together. I'm going to merge them. So I'll select layer 2, and I'll merge down, and now I have one layer, just one layer. And I can actually clear my guides. So go to View, Clear Guides. And the reason I'm going to clear the guide is because they'll just get in the way. So I'm going to duplicate this. And there's a couple of ways to do it. You can drag this to the layer to the new layer icon. And now you've got 2 layers. Or you can go Alt, press the Alt key, and drag off a copy, like so. So those are 2 ways, 2 quick ways. But here's the issue. If I snap that right there, it looks okay here, but it's going to be 4 pixels on the outside line, and here it's going to be 8 pixels. So what I'm going to do is just nudge this to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I nudged it over 4 pixels. So now this is 4 pixels and this is 4 pixels. And the next thing I'll do is merge these 2 layers. So right click, merge down on the layers palette, and I'm going to duplicate by clicking or pressing the Alt key and dragging off a new copy, and then I'm going to make sure that I've snapped those layers together, and then with my move tool selected, I'm going to use my arrows on the keyboard. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels. So every time you move the arrow, you are going to move it 1 pixel. If you hold the Shift key, you're going to move it 10 pixels. So I'm doing a Control minus to zoom out. That looks really good. So now I can merge these layers again, but don't merge to the background, because what I'm going to do now is align. So I've selected layer 1, Control click on the background, and with my move tool I'm going to select this button and this button. And although it was barely visible, it did move over 2 pixels to the right. That's correct. Okay, looks good. Now, this is my hand. So I'm going to call this my stroke. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it my stroke, like so. And then I'm going to lock it. So this will lock everything. Movement, painting, everything. So if I lock it all, I can't paint on this layer. So I need to create a new layer. And this layer, I'm going to, oops, right on the name, there we go. I'm going to call this top left. So that's my top left quadrant. And what I need to do is determine what colors I'm going to do. And I'll talk about that in class, about analogous colors and primary colors. And we're going to find some colors that are going to work. And there's different ways to do that. And I'll explain that in class. But once you've discovered what colors you're going to use, then you can apply those colors. And you don't want to just, put blue here and then blue on the hand, and pink on the hand here and pink on the background on this side, and just make them opposite. You want to think more creatively than that. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find myself a color. There's a color. This might be the color that I've chosen. And I will now fill part of my hand with that color. And what I need is the magic wand tool. This one right here. And the tolerance is set to 16, which is that's okay. I can manage that. 16. And I'm going to click right here. Oops, got to click on my stroke layer. So I'm going to go down my stroke layer and click. And now I've got this portion of my hand selected. And I could do a shift click and click other portions like that right there. And then I need to fill this. So I need to go to a layer where I can fill it. So my top left side right here, I'm going to fill it. Quick way to fill it is Alt backspace. Or edit, fill with foreground color, which is slower. I'm going to do a Control D to deselect. And what I want to make sure is, did my selection go all the way to the edge? Whether or not that did, I think it did. I think it did. If you find that your selection is leaving a little bit of an edge to it, you can, I'll reverse this. You can make your selection, and then you can go up to Select, Modify, and Expand. And I would expand this by 1 pixel, like that. And now I know I'm moving on to the black, which is okay. So I'll go back to my top left quadrant layer and do an Alt backspace and fill it with my little turquoise color there. That looks even better. Knowing that my stroke layer is like a picture frame, and when I put it on top, it's going to hide anything that's kind of not quite captured right with my Magic Wand tool. So I'm going to be on my stroke layer, and I'm going to capture that part of my finger, and maybe this part, and this part, and this part. And now I'm going to go in, and maybe I'll just darken that up a little bit. Darken that up just a bit. You know what? I'm not going to darken it up. Maybe I'll lighten it up. There we go. And then I'll go to my top left and Alt backspace. And now I've got a slightly different turquoise. And then maybe going back to the stroke layer. Whoops. Going back to the stroke layer. Maybe I'll select that part. And right there, shift click. Oh boy. Oh, isn't that interesting? I may have to bump my tolerance down a little bit. There we go. And shift. Oi. Shift. Shift. Oh. Shift. Ooh. It's not working as well as I want to in these tighter areas. So I will tell you what you can do. I will show you in just a second. So maybe my other color happens to be like a nice magenta, something like that. And I'm going to go to my top left layer, and I will do the Alt backspace to fill in those spots right there. But these little spots, I could leave them alone for sure. But if I didn't want to do that, I could go in with a brush. And getting the brush to be the right size, I could go in and paint. I could go in and paint like that. Awesome. Gotta paint, but make it a little bit smaller. There we go. So I'm going to carry on. Oh, I might go back and paint this color too. I need my eyedropper. I'll make this selection right here and change my color. And then get my brush again and paint that in. Super, just fill in that spot. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. So I'll do my fingernails. Whatever color scheme I wanted or I selected, getting my Magic Wand tool again, and I'll do something with the background, and I'll carry on. Then I'm going to create a new layer for the top right. So I'd start with a new layer, and I call this, oops, double click right on the word, layer 1, and I would go top right. I'm doing shortcuts, yes, I know. Missing vowels. And then I would paint on this layer for the top right. So I want to make sure I've got them separated, not all on the same layer, and I don't want to paint on my stroke layer at all. Okay? So yeah, so that's what I would do. And once I get that done, I might add some brush work up to the background, drop shot, lots of different things you could do. You don't want to go overboard. But you wanna make sure that it does look like it's connected. It's got a thread running through it, but each panel, each quadrant is different. Okay? Good luck with this. Make sure that you're saving often.